Hi, everyone. It's Matt Kerfman and your little companion, Oliver, here. We are here with the very first days of 2026. Happy New Year to everyone who's watching. Thank you for tuning in. We just wanted to check in on the start of the new year and give you some thoughts from a Matt's Minutes perspective as we move into the first month and the first quarter of the new year with everything going on. And so, probably the biggest things that we head into 2026 already just over the weekend. And I think about what are risks or concerns that are out there that we just want to kind of stay ahead of relative to how they could impact markets over time. Geopolitical risk is always one of those. And recently, there were headlines over the weekend regarding the Venezuelan president and the U.S. going into the country and bringing the president of Venezuela to the U.S. So again, all these things could create uncertainty and global turmoil in the markets. It may not happen from a market perspective, but again, these are all just things that can impact. We had one of the longest government shutdowns in history in the last part of 2025. The resolution was temporary, so very soon you will see headlines again this quarter about a possible government shutdown, depending on what negotiations are done there. Also could cause some concern. And then later this year will be midterm elections. So again, those are things as we head into 2026. We will continue to watch inflation and interest rates and what the Fed does. And all of these things impact portfolios, especially those who are trying to preserve so hard what you've saved a lifetime for. And so, as you recall, our aim is to basically help educate, inform, and guide you no matter what the world throws in your or our path. And so, with that in mind, I kind of think back to the spring of 2025 in February, March, and April. That was leading up to the tariff deadlines, what was called Liberation Day. And if you look back from a market perspective at that point, markets were completely free falling. And then I want to give you an analogy and just something for you to think about. If you shut your eyes for a minute and you think about in the moment when every day you wake up and you see headlines or you hear negativity and markets are free falling, and you're either retired or you have a pot of money that you saved and you see a lot of red, it's really, really hard to feel great about that scenario. And yet, when you're in the moment, you then have to pull out your crystal ball and look to the future to say, what's next? When I say what's next, what's going to happen in the markets? And the true answer is no one really knows. I think over a long period of time, we can expect the American business engine to try to keep the markets growing. But if you have a pot of money and you're trying to protect it, you can't always get the protections and have the maximum upside. And so it's just trying to find the right balancing act to meet your risk tolerance. And so if you still like or want safety nets, or you don't have them and you want safety nets, make sure you're communicating that to us, to your advisory team. If you are someone who wants to take more risk, make sure you're communicating that to us too. We have solutions on both ends of the spectrum that we can help guide you with. So we are here to help, again, educate, inform, and guide you no matter what's going on. And behind the scenes, one of my roles for the firm and for all of you is to constantly, I'm looking ahead to try to see what tools, what strategies, what investment allocations can help make sense in the coming world. So thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you all had a wonderful and somewhat relaxing holiday season as we get geared up for the new year, 2026. We're excited to be on this journey with you, and please keep your questions rolling and are grateful for the opportunity we have to work with you. Thank you so much, and it looks like I'm going to have to take my Christmas trees down in my bookshelf back there. All right, have a great day.